are we losing culture? Because if all them youth now feel the need for twanging on them songs and not giving us the authentic dancehall / reggae music that we're used to, it's a cultural thing then.
What are you calling culture then?
Yeah. You stupid, bro.
You know what crossed my mind today?
What crossed your mind?
My father, remember when them used to make we have to sing like certain song at primary school, like you learn certain song like I am a promise.
I am a possibility, you, I am a promise.
I mean, I meditate me and say, you know, so them did that prepare for adulthood. Because none of them hard moments. Some of them people are ball and sing I am a promise, all them they all at workplace and they must say, yeah man, something must.
Yeah. Them not even
I am a possibility.
Them not even know say. They not even know what that prepare for.
Nah, tell you.
You know what I mean? Jano Star. Them used to have out another blouse and skirt. Because you know devotion used to keep all the way from body line up.
Early morning.
I remember there was a time when by the high school and them the rain set up in a butt. In the come down it and our kids, we lead the praise and worship. Me say a beer rain song them sing. Send down the rain.
Of course.
Bro, it was the rain came. Yeah, it was like the most beautiful thing that we saw. But
yes.
Welcome to another episode of the Sunday Monday podcast where we bring forward topics, issues, and just have conversation about yesterday's happenings. My name is Jehm.
I'm Juvon.
And this is what? Episode 4?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead. Episode 4.
Episode 4.
Going on.
Clap.
Clapping it up for episode 4. Welcome back to another week of the Sunday Monday podcast. You know what I mean? Quite a few stuff happened this week so far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had an earthquake.
Yeah.
We had an earthquake.
Did you feel it?
Yeah, I felt it. That was crazy. I felt that one. It felt like the first earthquake that I felt last year, where it was shocking.
The big one where shook the place. Yeah.
It felt similar to that, and it happened. And I just stay so. Come on, know what go on.
Yeah.
And I feel like I disregarded everything that they taught us about earthquakes, like stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll for earthquake, right?
No, that's a fire.
That's
a fire, my G. See, stop, drop, and roll, and the building and drop down fire.
Stop, drop, and roll on fire. Stop, drop, and roll on fire. No, I was that scary, yo. I was big stopping, jumping, and rolling.
You will have like stop. I think for earthquake, it's like stop. You might drop, and then you might take cover. So that's a different one. Or them tell if you go stand under like a door jam or something sturdy.
Stand between the door jam. Stop, drop, and roll.
I'm not telling for earthquake. Your survival skills weak.
Bro, I just messed up the last part, the rolling part. Yo, I swear. Stop, drop,
anybody
and roll.
out there stop, drop, and roll during an earthquake? Wild.
Stop, drop, and roll. Just don't roll. You know what I mean? Don't take. Just stop.
Drop and go under something.
Well, you don't have to have a drop. You can stand between the door. But
unless you go under something heavy like a table or something, which is why the drop is also important in some cases. If you're in a like high school or primary school or one of them places there, you might have to go under your desk. Yeah. Because you can't, and everybody can't fit under the door jam.
Can't fit under the desk either.
Yeah. They were like that true, but I mean, this is year we have known and say, all right, cool, the fittest of the fittest will survive. You know what I mean?
Stop, drop, and roll is crazy.
Yeah, not for fires though. Not for fires.
Not for earthquake. Not for earthquake. You see you messing it up now?
No, you say stop, drop, and roll is crazy. I'm saying not for fires.
Oh shit. I'm
yeah. You're tired.
It's been a heavy week.
You're tired.
Right? It's been a heavy week. But we're here. Buju got back his visa.
Buju got back his visa. That was very quick.
Because he was released in 2018, I believe. And the article said he was released in 2018. Don't quote me. The Long Walk to Freedom concert.
But they think yo, COVID mess up time tracking.
Yeah.
For everybody, you know, come there, things say like during COVID him get released.
It does. It did mess up time tracking because a lot of things. Because I don't even feel like my age. I feel like the age that I should be if COVID wasn't a thing. That's how I feel. Right.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like on the older side.
Yeah.
You know, I feel a little bit like the age I'm for be. If COVID didn't come around. But no, you feel like that?
Got you.
No, you don't.
I definitely feel. I think it's weird. I think it's weird when you like are super conscious of the next milestone. Like right now, 32. See? I mean, I say, oh shit, just 8 years from now, a nigga gonna be 40. I will be 40 years old. And that to me is wild.
40.
Brother, college felt like yesterday.
You know,
High school felt like not that long ago.
You know what it is too? Because when we were younger, we used to hear people say, like, you know, say someone that passed away and would hear a parents be like, no man, them they young to a young boy, you know?
Yeah.
Younger. And he'd be like, no, they're not, they're 40.
They're old.
Yeah, they're old. You know what I mean? So now I'm actually seeing that these people are actually young.
Yeah, conscious. Yeah, bro. Like I'm super conscious of the fact that like time now slow down in general.
No.
Time
No.
now. If anything, it get faster because these years are ending quickly. But I did come like science and everything there. So I read something like when we did younger. We say the older you get, the faster you perceive time moving. The younger you are, the slower time moves for you perceptually. And the older you get, time moves faster. And I think a lot of it has to do with new experiences. When you're younger and you're soaking up all of that information, for you, the percept, you know, you remember like being at like primary school or high school and the days then they just feel long, like them just would have never end. And no, brother, as you're quint, the day done. And I think it has to do with, again, that the perception of time as you age. So the older you get, the faster time seems to be moving.
I agree with that. Because you start to look at time different too, because even before I became 30, you know what I mean? So you used to be like, next year I'll be 27, next year I'll be 28, next year I'll be 29. When next year is your 30th birthday, that feels different. Yeah. You don't be like, yo, next year I'll be 30. It's almost like next year just feel like a bit stressing all of a sudden.
Yeah. The time is like it's like at them time that the clock start.
Yeah. Actually, it just feels stressing, right? And feel like that coming too fast. Like what's going on? Yeah. Right?
After 25 is when me did start count. It's like, all right, cool. The time, like the things happening quickly kind of did feel like it did start slowly progress into that. And again, 30, I not even remember 30, brother. Like, I not even remember 30. But anyways, we are going off on a tangent. Buju Banton received he's now in the United States.
He is he's in Miami.
He has his visa. And you know, clap it up for Buju to get back his visa. You know what I mean?
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
I know what I was thinking about that being a good thing. Like we've seen artists over the years, like them people were, you know, being rescinded or void or whatever the case is, being nullified, right? And it's almost like it's the hardest thing for them to get back a visa, no matter what kind of money them have, what kind of top lawyer them have, or whatever the case is, right? Talking about Jamaican artists mainly, right? So to see Buju, I mean, I talk about artists who just go through like a weed thing, or you know what I mean? So, exactly. So like a minor thing. Obviously, Buju went to prison
for coke.
You know what I mean? I remember what was
for drugs.
I don't remember what he was convicted for.
It was for that. It was for drugs. It was for drugs.
Yeah, okay.
10 years for drugs. You know what I mean?
The hard drugs.
Driver! No stop at all. The man got for that, but you know what I mean? who knows? Maybe the US is becoming a little bit more relaxed. But what I will say about it is this: it because of it now, you kind of put certain things into perspective. And for me have to put the Beanie Man bounty killer like woes with the United States in terms of getting them visa into perspective. Is what I say, because both of them has had tremendous trouble in terms of getting them visa, and there's nothing really we can say Beanie Man did do for put him in another predicament there, or where Bounty Killer did do for put him in another predicament there. I think I was reading where they must say Beanie Man, well, Bounty Killer, I think he was speculating more so about it potentially being, you know, like they must say maybe because him did have some sort of relationship with Dodos or something, and something to that sort. If effect like friends or whatever the case may be, or accomplice, probably them did little bit too close. The United States might have did say, all right, cool, we're not getting a visa because you're affiliated. And for me, that to me kind of hypocritical. And you know why I say that it's hypocritical? Yeah. America stands on the saying or the belief, right? At least that's what they would have portrayed to the world. Say, you know what I mean? You're guilty until proven innocent, and you know, freedom of this and freedom of that. I mean, here even people like we have platforms like these, like sort of like shy away from the potential of saying anything bad or damning in relation to the US because you feel like you're them a listen.
It's crazy because I'm there, I'm like, hey, I love the US. You know what I mean? I'm legit over here, so it's funny that you said that, right?
Yeah, because and to me, like, that is it's wild, and again it's wild because again me have to look upon it from Bounty and Beanie. These are stalwarts, just like Buju. In the industry, the only difference, and this is something I don't know if this might be now a little bit more touchy. The only difference is the genre of the artists. Here's what I say: dancehall versus reggae, and reggae has always been seen as the sort of softer side of Jamaican culture, the side that is more internationally.
It's not as hardcore.
That is more internationally accepted. Is what I say. And for me, like them, you have to put them things. Like I start putting these things into perspective now. For say, is it because them are dancehall artists? Like, is what I say. Like, because I think Bounty was saying, like, them did find some weed on him, like some little bit of weed in a one of them pants pocket, them in a thing there, which again could have been an honest mistake. Because that no sell weed amount of weed. It's like a little bit of weed. You know what I mean? And I think then they take him visa for that. But he must say even after the US kind of relaxed them laws as it relates to decriminalizing weed and all of them things there. Why I'm still have problem?
Yeah. So I'll take it a step back, right? Because he did mention something important, which is the US getting a little bit more relaxed with certain things and allowing certain things to happen right now, right? And that may or may not be true, right? But what I will say is that I feel that there are a lot of things that we as Jamaican people, we've heard, like growing up, which a lot of them are not true, especially relating to the US embassy and all of them stuff there, and, you know, going to the US and all of them. A lot of these things over here are not true, right? They're like a million, not a million, just several visa types.
Yeah.
Right? And what I read about the Buju situation is that he wasn't granted a tourist visa, like a visitor's visa. He was granted like a work visa, which is like a whole, I would assume that's a whole different process to get. The requirements for that are way different, because if you're going there to work, you know, and as an entertainer, but then you also have to go back to the argument of, okay, but Beanie Man would be going there to work and also want to kill her, right? So then your point to that stand in terms of like, in a sense, because I don't look at it as reggae and dancehall, you know, and one being more accepted than the other, and this is like the primary reason that the US isn't admitting people who do these different genres. You know what I mean? That might be a contributing factor. I don't know, but when I think about it, is that I just feel like there's a lot of things that us Jamaicans aren't educated about regarding the visa process and the different types of visa you can get. And, you know, there's a lot of people where just tell you a bunch of things where, hey, don't do this when you're traveling, or don't. And so a lot of these things that I'm telling are true, you know, you understand me? I say? But all the part of them things are just foolishness. I just straight up foolishness. I just don't feel like we are as a lot of us as people weren't as informed about that process. And so when things like even the Buju Banton situation, that we were like, wait, how did Buju get his, you know what I mean? And Buju be like, I just followed the process, bro. You understand? No. Before I say anything, I don't believe that it was that easy, you know. You understand? But the point I'm trying to make is that there's a lot of things that happen in these situations where we think that it took like a whole lot of work and it's favoritism and all them stuff there. It's really and truly similar to I guess not even similar to that, but you know, remember when people used to say, yo, I'm not came for this, I'm not frying for this, but when people used to say, yo, Price Mart is expensive because the perception of it, you feel me, I say, and a lot of people never go, but people are like, you go Price Mart, you understand me? I say, but Price Mart not expensive if you have a family, you understand, if you're buying a bulk and everything there, it's like one of the most reasonable things, and one of the most reasonable places to go if you have a large family. And I mean, if you're a single, go me searching, go to wholesale. You understand me? I say, and so it's the perception of the process, and so that's what I'm talking about. I feel like it's really that. So for me, again, so I think around like 2010 thereabouts, a few of them did get them dancehall artists. I mean, I go specify now, because we don't typically hear these problems with reggae artists. You typically hear about these problems in terms of getting visas with dancehall artists. In a 2010, I think them did revoke Being a Bounty, Busy, I think was one of them, Sizzler and Idonia thing there. And I think Idonia and somebody else did get back for them. But then the problems them did kind of start with the rest of them in terms of getting back the visas. I know say, Being a Man from them time there did, you know, been a try back. I think he got it back in like 2013 thereabouts. And then after 2015, and then after 2015 again, a bigger problem in terms of get it. May I point out them instances there, because if it was simply a process thing in terms of not following the process or the proper procedure properly, like you wouldn't have get it in the first place. You know what I mean? And like them people it's not like at the first time them do it, they've done it before and received it. I think Bounty Killer did say, yo, a beer waiver them did a game from like in the 90s come up to about when them stop game over to about 2013 or thereabout until them stop game overall. You see what I say? And then it's been problems. As it relates to even being an artist and performing, you did make a highlight, right? But we just want to go a little bit further in terms of in a 2020 when again Beanie and Bounty did put Jamaica on the map. With the international versus thing, a lot of artists even overseas was like, hey, like wagwan, like them people I need to forward. You know what I say? Still problems. I think Bounty probably there in the mindset right now where it's like, yo, whatever. Yeah, whatever. You know what I say? So me just point that out now to say, if I don't think it's simply
following the right process or procedure or applying for the right visa or this, that, and that.
All right.
To me, there's a little bit of bias in the system.
What you said earlier is interesting.
Yeah.
And let me tell you why is it interesting, because you mentioned about the difference between, dancehall and reggae artists, and reggae artists probably like getting it, and dancehall artists, still going to the point of you feel like it's a genre issue, right? And I don't feel like that, right? And let's even go to the argument of, suppose it's a genre issue.
Yeah.
Dancehall culture is louder than reggae.
Yeah. Again, so I think it's a bias. I think it's a bias issue relating. Well, I think that's a part. I'm not gonna say it's a whole, but I think it's a part. And again, just I use numbers now for say, more over here. So I get it, or more over here, so I get it.
But what I will say is that, let me just finish it. Dancehall culture is louder than reggae. You mentioned 2010. That's 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? If you look at the culture back then, right? Reggae artists now come online and say certain things back then, right? At least not compared to dancehall artists. You're going to more find out things from dancehall artists than reggae artists. So it's almost like, is it a fair comparison? Right, because I'm assuming that a lot of reggae artists' papers did get taken away then too, right? We'll probably not know about it.
If you don't know out there, just make we know.
I'm just saying.
I give them some numbers if you don't know, but me couldn't find it.
Yeah.
And there's none, again, outside of the Sizzla thing, me not really know much. And I think Sizzla kind of depend on the same perspective of him not really business about US.
Yeah.
I want him to go there.
Yeah, right. But you know what I mean? Like this is very interesting, because again, dancehall and reggae artists, like dancehall artists just generally loud. It's a loud culture. You know what I mean? We live in a loud culture, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is what that is. I feel like in recent times, like with newer artists, when I really see them thing there, and I mean them learn from the past, really and truly. And you'd be dumb if you don't learn from the past mistakes of these artists, right? Because we see a lot of young artists these days, and they're traveling. You understand me? So they're making better financial decisions, right? You remember MTV, not MTV Cribs, but it used to be MTV Cribs. They come out Jamaica one time.
Yeah, with
remember them do Elephant Man?
Them they do Elephant Man.
Elephant Man. Elephant Man, congrats. You know what I mean? Elephant Man. I don't know if he still have that big house there, but if Elephant Man still own the house there and him own it right out, that's a wise investment. You understand me? I don't think a lot of artists back in them time, they actually invested their monies in properties. It was like a lot of cars. H2 Hummer, Escalade. It was just cars.
That's what you see though.
That's what
see. Because if you never see that thing there, you'll never even know where.
But when we hear too, you understand me? I just see.
Okay.
Because we've also seen a lot of these artists, them just fall off. You never see some of them artists from 2010 on the road and be like, brother, they run the place.
Yes,
but now I call a name. But I've seen quite a few artists that run the place and do the art. Right? I feel like if them they do any form of investment in terms of investment in a property and all them things, that you'd be like, they would look the way them look when they see them on road. You understand me? And it's just clear, like them never do any wise investments. Them youths know what I say. Them are learn from these mistakes. Them are investing in property. Them buy cars and all them stuff there. But I think that the financial part of their lives is a lot more secure than the artists that came before. And it's also probably unfair of the artists that came before, because information is a hell of a thing, right? Because those artists were building the foundation for what we see now. You understand? So you have to also give credit to them artists there. It's almost like, but take a bullet for you in order for you. Yeah. The way you can do right now. You understand me? I say? So applause to them artists there, you know what I mean? And the younger artists, them were really do it where I really invest their money.
Them youth are smart still, and I think even like more so than just even that, the internet is a thing. You have a lot more access to information, not even just from thing there. So you learn how to produce faster, produce by yourself.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily
need a producer.
The agency, like the record label behind there nowadays for can push out music and do things, as well I say. So it's a lot faster, and the youths them learn them on YouTube University, and them learn how to do them thing. And them dedicate time and energy in them craft. So you know what I mean. And I think a lot, to be honest, I think a lot of them are really smart, you know. Like I think not just street smart, but I feel like some of them, like them educated. You know what I say? And you can see it in them writing. You can see it in how them put together them thing. Not all of them. Mark you, not all of them, but a lot of these younger ones, skilly bang, bright youth. You know what I say? Again.
Yeah, skilly bang is smart.
Bright youth. Would say retical, bright youth.
Yes.
You know what I say? A lot of them smart. Yeah, I play some 450 the other day. I mean, I listen the lyrics. I mean, I listen how him compose him thing and the storytelling in it. Now for them youth, them will get the impression so them not understand like English and story and structure, but the dog them have craft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even the youth, the one them with Nigeria. And them people, like his writing structure is very brilliant, you know. Like
I'm just not clear to me, at least. You know what I mean?
The words not clear, but when you see them, it makes sense.
Yes,
it makes a lot of sense.
It does,
and it is very smartly crafted. You know what I say?
Yeah. It does. His lyrics definitely makes a lot of sense. I'm look upon it. Because some artists really have to Google them lyrics. You have to Google it. You have to type in lyrics by Nigeria. You understand?
I'm not gonna tell a lie. You know who made it underestimate to some degree when them they just jump on the scene? Skeng. Made it underestimate Skeng when him they just come on the scene in terms of his style. Here's what I say. But Skeng style difficult, you know. And what Skeng does really well, before me used to call it like nursery rhyme, it has that pattern. But is a difficult pattern for master. It's a pattern where again it memorable. And he's been able to switch the flow. So all I'm saying them the sound the same.
Yeah.
Like there are differences in terms of the flow and delivery, but it has that nursery rhyme flow. Again, not saying the man is a nursery rhyme artist or nothing, but the how the songs are structured, it I don't know, it's brilliant, dog. Like the more I think about it, the more like when I say it difficult for doing it, difficult. I don't think any artist can just jump up and write a Skeng song.
Yeah.
And deliver it like a Skeng.
Yeah. And
then the information we might deliver in it too. And I think other day did write a song. I can't remember exactly how he did it. I think he named Sha La 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 La. Now you know that song there? You know that?
No, bro.
It kind of right off, and again, so I think I hear so is where my theories in terms of how him style kind of take shape a little bit, because the song the Sha La 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 La, it's written off of that Ring Game song, which is again you know that kind of genre that we may talk about. There's a brown girl in the ring. Sha La 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 La.
Okay.
So him did write a song to that. And it did bad. Other than the right, people can check it out. But yeah. So but his style is sort of that. Which is very Jamaican one. You see me? But it has that kind of, again, nursery rhyme is not the right word for use. But it has that kind of rhythmic lullaby kind of
rhythmic lullaby
kind of vibe.
It's baby shark to the I want to say
no, it's not that. No. It is. Remember the song we sing other day. The song we sing when I start the episode.
We get
one
it.
day I run down. It's that.
We get it. But you know, if you have got kids, right?
No, nobody with it.
Why for that?
Nobody with that.
All right, cool. I'm gonna let that go. But what King has is just the depth and voice. And God, this King is really talented. But it's been a minute that I've seen like dancehall, because even that was a thing that was treasured back in the days. When,
Shabba and them people, they kind of have that.
Shaggy, I don't know, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like when they hear dancehall music,
it
was like it was grimy.
And not singing. So James kind of talked to the shift in terms of a lot more dancehall artists right now. Sing Jane versus DJ.
Yes.
You have a few of them that still do. Again, we know the Massacres, we know the Idonians, we know the Busy Signals.
Yeah.
Like these a lot of older veteran artists kind of still do it.
But the newer artists.
You may call Massacre old.
Massacre is young.
Massacre young.
In terms of age, but he has been a minute.
It's been from about 2014, 13. Thereabouts, Massacre kind of up on the scene.
When God and Done come out. God and Done. And probably was here before that.
No, man, him did that.
But
him did that before that, man. Him did drop a tune and did rate back in the day. When am I back in the day? My God, we're all, you know.
Yeah.
In about 2013, 2014. I remember the music video. I remember the song.
Yeah.
But them time they never have, like the twist him the kind of low cut and everything there.
But when I talk about still is that the newer artists, I find that I haven't found any hardcore DJ online, you know what I mean, just being online. I see most of Sing J's as a newer artist, right? And I don't know if it's, I can't say if it's deliberate, because, you know, if that's your talent, right? But I'm gonna really seen a DJ.
I think a taste.
Taste in terms of what?
I think a taste in terms of what we like more and I gravitate to more. I think we as a culture have been gravitating more to the artists them we sing versus the artists them we DJ, because the hard style there, that hard style of DJing there, like it a lot more beneficial when you clash and them thing there. Them artists are not really like the war days not really so up. You know what I say? And then there's that shift, and I think may I remember now, even back in the day when Cartel and Mavado did kind of war. Mavado was a Sing J, so it kind of bring a different spin. And Mavado was one of the only Sing J's at that point in time. You know what I say? So even that did kind of unique. And I think from then it kind of progressed a little bit more, where a lot more artists, we just start gravitate towards that style of singing and performing. And more liking it probably to the shift in terms of away from hard like rap music to like more so R&B, Drake type, Chris Brown era type music. The shift kind of start come around, because even now, like me no listen rap songs. Me listen more so the one them where them a sing.
I get the shift in the Juvon, right? I get the shift. The issue is not necessarily even the shift, right? Because this happened time and time again in a dancehall culture. It happened. You know, I think what I've also been seeing too is everybody at twang. Is
not everybody. Not everybody. Not everybody. But it's smooth. It's smooth, brother. It's smooth.
Hey, listen. It is smooth in a lot of cases, because I do find myself singing some of these songs. I'm a fan of a lot of these songs. But I'm like, is the twanging thing a deliberate thing?
Yeah.
Is it these artists now are saying, all right, cool, you know what? In order to probably cross over, I'll probably have a sound like this. Yeah. Or do this or put in a twang in here and there.
I think subconsciously that might be a part of it, but I feel like
I think consciously.
No, both consciously and subconsciously is a part of it, but I feel like them a flex a muscle. Them a flex a muscle with a newer generation you kind of have, and I think what that is I don't know if it's because of cultural influences or whatever from overseas, but they've they're able now to make that switch a lot smoother than the older dancehall artists. Them make it in terms of just because them sound like them did born over there. And you know me they pre other day too. Me don't need top thing.
Hey, that's we're not even looking at the highlight. You know what I mean? But shoot.
But yeah,
inside though.
Yeah, the other day, a lot of them pitney I grew up in front of screens. And I think even the content with them watch, they're being influenced by it a lot more than we were when we used to sit down in front of TV and watch it. And this is why I say that. A lot of them little kids are like little babies them, where they're in front of the tablet now, brother, a lot of them are talk with the twang, you know. A lot of them are talk with the twang. And we never used to do that.
Yeah. So, again, that kind of begs the question then. Are we losing culture? Are we losing culture? Right? Because if all them youth now feel the need for twanging and them song in order to get, you never said that.
Yeah,
but I'm just, I shoot it, right? If you feel the need for twanging in your song, twanging in your song, twanging in your song, right? In order to get recognized on an international scale, right? And not giving us the authentic dancehall / reggae music that we're used to. It's a cultural thing then.
Things and time change, brother.
I'm not saying things and time change, right? But it's more of a, I was gonna say it's more of a money thing now, but
I don't think that.
When has it never been about money?
Yeah, but I don't think the switch. I don't think the inclusion. Let me not say the switch because none of them artists are like outright switch. What they're doing, and again for some songs, not even all of them. Again, the times that it does happen, it's very minute, and I think people like Jehm does it a lot more, and for him that works perfectly. But a lot of them don't do it. Remember, Nigeria did put out a song. I think the first song where him did kind of have like a line in it, like a little part. And seriously to God, brother, I think say, when the song did record, like he had another artist on there that was from America. Here's what I say. It was the switch was that good. Yeah. Here's what I say. And I don't think it's a them losing culture thing. I don't think it's wholly them trying to find a space over there as well. And I mean, if it is, then fine, that's good, because here's what I say, you can be influenced by a music and go pursue it. What I really think is them exploring a lot more, and for me, I like the exploration because it don't feel cheesy like one time. Is what I say. It don't feel like them. It don't feel like when you hear the bad chopper them a chop, and it them not carry the accent good and and all of them thing there. It sound like and maybe even that's a part of it too. That culture I get intertwined in it a little bit more, because that you'd get a lot more of the inclusion in terms of that from that culture.
Yes.
Here's what I say.
Yes.
And we're talking about scamming. Just me I say that and Ray, but we are talking about the scamming culture. Me not say them people are scammer, but me just say that culture has its influences.
Yeah, the scam culture. Just in case on not get it.
In a something where the young youths them are called trap dancehall.
Yeah. A big part of it still, Juvon, it still feel like it's missing this level of authenticity. So I do get the fusion. I do get the movement of dancehall culture, because again, none of these songs are fully hip hop or R&B, right? Yeah. However, it's so closely aligned, or it's just so close to it. It make you feel like this is not authentic.
You know, me I go say to that. enough of them little youths are right now. I watch this and I say, the old great old man there.
And
so in the top team, none at all.
And they'll be right. You'll be right. Trust me.
There's a shift.
Trust me. You'll be completely right. You wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? Because it's unreasonable for us to expect me will come from 90s dancehall heavily. You understand what I say? It's going to take time for me.
And what me I also say, it's unreasonable to think that the music now go change in this sort of way, because
I don't think that though.
Because but again, you talk about the sounds of dancehall and what you're used to.
Yeah.
Remember say the sounds of dancehall in the 90s different from the sounds of dancehall early 2000, different from the sounds of dancehall in the 80s, and every generation come and beat the generation before. You know what I say?
I get you.
You're changing the music.
I get you. But we're talking about something that, so when I talk about the sound of dancehall in terms of it changing and all them stuff, because you had this type of dancehall in the 80s, in the 90s, you know what I mean? You have different type of dancer. We're talking about now a whole different country. That culture being in our music. That's what we're talking about.
You know why I have absolutely no problem with it. Dancehall in and of itself was a very heavy rap music, and for them music is influenced by dancehall. So what's happening right now?
Oh, because I'm like, our music influenced that.
Yeah, no. So but what's happening right now is it a comeback full circle. So wanna influence the next, and I think that's the relationship the countries have. So you have to expect at some point in time there's going to be a merger. And what take place right now is the merger.
No, I don't think that there has to be a merger.
There doesn't have to be.
what I will say is that because I never say I have a problem with it. The question I asked earlier is, are we losing culture?
All right, so
you understand me? I say
I don't think so.
That's the question I asked.
The music are focused on the same, but typical. Well, I'm not gonna say typical.
I'm not talking about the topics, bro. I'm not talking about the topics, because even a thing like language.
What are you calling culture then?
You stupid, bro. You're crazy. This man crazy. You yo, we're gonna wrap up for this week. We're gonna wrap up for this week.
I'm gonna watch the last episode.
If you don't understand what I'm talking about, go watch the last episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this has been a very interesting conversation. You know what I mean? But I'm just close out by saying, I'm not saying they use them not talented. I appreciate the music. I listen to them. I'm a fan of the music, right? But what I'm saying is that it really just the inclusion, heavy inclusion of the US culture make me question, are we losing culture, right? And I'm not saying, because you did make a really great point in terms of like rap music, hip hop, all of that stuff is influenced by dancehall culture. So it could be like, we'll take it back. We'll take what belong to it, right? But we're not talking about the music. We're not talking about the accent. We're not talking about the music. You understand me? I said, we're not necessarily talking about rap music and we're not talking about dancehall music and rap music. We're talking about how it sounds in terms of, man,
But
that's what we're talking about.
Them do it too.
Them do what?
Them do it. The culture vulture. Them do it too.
In terms of dancehall music being included.
Yes.
But you don't find
they
it.
Try.
You don't see it as often as you see.
How often you see it now? Can me not see that often? I one and two of them.
But now they call the artist them name, because I like the artist them, right? Because I call them name, because I'm still a fan of them.
Call them, because again you say they make it sound like a lot, but call them.
It is a lot. So. You understand? We have the J-Cam, we have the Ziddy. You understand me? I say Ziddy, Ziddy song bad. Ziddy. But Ziddy are tongue in them song them. You understand?
Never go listening.
Ziddy, we have like Pink Fox Twang too, and these are all underground artists. Young.
Yeah.
I think Armani, I'm gonna know if the music even raised overseas. I'm gonna know some probably all wrong. Cause the music probably raised overseas, you know. You feel me? I'm wrong about it. So what does I say? Me I see it a lot.
Yeah.
You understand me? I say upon the use them where I come up, right? The same song I'm gonna show you last night. What do you name? Taylor Lanes, the same name. I know him name, but he must sing the song
some
on
Lanes,
DJ Mac Radio. Do you know what twang?
Well, him never did a twang in that.
I'm saying I'm a fan of that song, right? I gotta listen to it back for saying about twang.
No, man never did a twang. But again, so bros, like, do no thing because again.
You see when you said that? No, Juvon, hold on. That's a alarm, right? You see when I say, hold on. You see when Juvon says, yo, wanna do no thing? Because I know where Juvon is gonna go with this. He must say, yo, wanna do no thing, you know what I mean, a young artist, and it kind of invalidates what I just said.
No.
But hold on, it gonna seem like say me against the use them, and I'm not.
No, again, and so the reason for me saying that
because
is the bag overseas, brother. And dancehall, well, the structure of dancehall music in Jamaica isn't one that hold on there.
That's our time, guys.
Yeah, the structure of dancehall music in Jamaica hasn't been one where me could just say the youth them should have way more rich than them rich. You see what I say? Because of the influence of the music. But for reclaim some of that, again, some of the youths them might think say being able to switch up and I say like have the music tailored more so to a wider audience where now heavily I going to include the US base in terms of demography is it might just be again for them tactic to say all right cool we want to understand what we are saying so we can love the music even more and sing along with it and open up the doors for a lot more opportunities and yet we already know say a lot more opportunities in terms of to make a lot of money is in the US market. Yeah. So me can't to knock it. Me understand what you are saying.
Everything is not about money.
Money.
Right.
Don't get no bag you.
Everything is not about money.
Yeah.
Right. And I might be able to say this thing. Yeah, because if I was in the same mean man, Twang.
Yeah.
You mean Twang get that bag there, right? But what I will say is that we see this a lot. Well, I see this a lot. Juvon say him not really see it. And my question to it was are we really losing a part of our authenticity? You understand, for the sake or for the purposes of being a lot more widely accepted, being a lot more. And then when you think about it too, the dancehall artists them back then who have made it across the waters, them never did have to do that. You understand what I say? Them never have to do that. They probably did. Them never have to do that. So it kind of begs the question is that necessary?
Yeah.
Right? No, man, enjoy the music regardless, you know. But is it necessary? Right? And I have a lot more for contribute upon a topic about out of time this week. We'll probably continue the conversation next week.
Yeah.
Right? But they use them for them thing. You understand? They enjoy the music regardless.
Tough.
Yeah, it is. Talented. Pure talent.
Them youth are talented, brother. Them youth are talented. Yo, now keep up the good work. Them youth are me can't go on and on. The man them talented.
I go table this for next week. So this is going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Sunday, Monday. We'll cook this on Sunday and we'll read it in the next 2 weeks, whatever the case is. That food I got boil. But food I got boil, but we're going to have this conversation. We're going to continue having this conversation.
Yes.
I think. So I close out this week, episode 4 of Sunday Monday podcast. My name is Jehm.
My name is Juvon.
Bless. Sunday Monday.